Hey everybody, this is your daily dose of all things royal. Welcome back, my gorgeous, good-looking friends. This woman on your screen is the Lady Lancaster of Gimbleton, otherwise known as Dame Caroline Dinenage. And for those that don't know who Caroline Dinenage is, she is the woman that had the audacity to write letters to various social media platforms such as TikTok, Twitter, and Rumble, asking for information around Russell Brand's platform and if he is monetized. And if he is monetized, asking kindly to follow suit and do the same thing that YouTube did, which was demonetize him. Now, this woman is a member of UK Parliament. Now, why I'm bringing this up is because she has been awarded a damehood, or whatever you call it. I'm not really sure how this all works in the British monarchy, but she was awarded this honor back in 2022, and I would like to know why. Because what she has done has clearly been an overreach of government power. And I'm going to read to you what her letter said to Rumble, because this is now blown up, and we all need to take note of how governments are trying very much so to silence freedom of speech. And the first thing that they are attacking is your ability to earn any type of income as a way of sort of swaying people to not talk about the things that are being exposed in this corrupt world that we're living in. So let's get into first talking about who this Dame Caroline Dinenage is. So Caroline Dinenage is a British Conservative Party politician who has been a member of Parliament for Gosport since 2010. She was re-elected in 2015, 2017, and 2019. Dinenage served as a minister from May 2015 until September 2021 in 6 different government departments under 3 successive prime ministers as parliamentary under Secretary of State at the Government Equalities Office, Ministry of Justice, Department for Education, and Department for Work and Pensions. In 2018, Minister of State at the Department of Health and Social Care, and in February 2020 at the Department for Digital, Cultural, Media, and Sport. Now, that last role that she has is where she has overstepped her power. Dinenage was appointed Dame Commander of the Order of the British Empire, DBE, in 2022 political honors. So keep that in mind because, yes, the British monarchy is in full support of this woman by giving her this honor. So what makes Caroline Dinenage so special? Well, Dinenage successfully campaigned for a medal for the veterans of the Arctic convoys of World War II. She served as the Vice Chair, Royal Navy, of all the party parliamentary group for armed forces between 2010 and 2014. And here's a key point here, was a UK delegate to the NATO Parliamentary Assembly and Vice Chair of the NATO Science and Technology Subcommittee. Wonder if that had any influence in this letter to get RB taken down. So what exactly did Dinenage write to TikTok, Twitter, and Rumble? Well, thankfully, Rumble was very transparent in sharing the actual letter. So let's take a look at what she said. So the attention was to Chris Pavlovsky, who is the CEO of Rumble, and it says, "Dear Chris, I'm writing concerning the serious allegations regarding RB in the context of his being a content provider on Rumble with more than 1.4 million followers. The Culture, Media, and Sports Committee is raising questions with the broadcasters and production companies who previously employed Mr. Brand to examine both the culture of the industry in the past and whether that culture still prevails today. However, we're also looking at his use of social media, including on Rumble, where he issued his preemptive response to the accusations made against him by the Sunday Times and Channel 4's dispatches. While we recognize that Rumble is not the creator of the content published by RB, we are concerned that he may be able to profit from his content on the platform. We would be grateful if you could confirm whether Mr. Brand is able to monetize his content, including his videos relating to the serious accusations against him. If so, we would like to know whether Rumble intends to join YouTube in suspending Mr. Brand's ability to earn money on the platform. We would also like to know what Rumble is doing to ensure that creators are not able to use the platform to undermine the welfare of victims of inappropriate and potentially illegal behavior. Yours sincerely, Caroline Dinenage, proud displayer of Dame Caroline Dinenage, DBMP. How does that make you feel, everyone? What right does this woman have to inquire whether or not RB is monetizing the content that has nothing to do with the allegations and accusations that are being made against him? The concerning piece I have with this is what right does this woman, as well as the government, have on saying whether or not someone can generate an income, even before they have been tried in a court of law? Essentially, he has been accused of these things, and he has given his defense saying that he is innocent. Why are they not taking that seriously? Here's the thing. They are canceling this man and deplatforming him in a way that, yes, they are using his content and still making money off of it, but they are penalizing him before he's even been found guilty in any sort of judicial form of court. Yes, he has been accused. These are not victims. These are accusations that have been made. Who knows if these people are lying? Which nowadays, with the media, we've seen how much they will go through in order to portray a narrative or silence others because of the narratives being challenged. And I believe completely that this is what is going on here. He has been very critical about what's going on the UK reign and continuing this ongoing war that we have. He has been critical about those jabs and this whole situation with the pandemic. RB has been talking about a lot of the things that the media has been covering up and lying about. And quite frankly, I believe that he has been getting quite close to the truth, and these folks, whoever they may be, the powers that may be trying to control the world, don't like that. And because he has a significant amount of influence, they needed to find a way to take him down. And by penalizing his ability to earn any type of income is a way of deterring him, saying, hey, look, we'll leave your stuff up there, but you'll think twice about speaking out against us. Or, you know what, you have done so much already by exposing us. We need to set an example to everyone who dares to think about expressing opinions, questioning decisions being made by these globalists, as well as exposing the truth. They don't want people like us, regular people who they want to keep as slaves, to speak out about the corruption that is happening, especially with these globalists trying to get to this one world entity. We know that all of what we're seeing in the West is a complete destruction and breakdown of society in order to get us all in line. We're seeing it happen. And you guys can continue to say, oh, you're being a conspiracy theorist. Well, I've been talking about this freedom of speech, and this is the biggest concern of why Prince Harry is a threat to our democracy and needs to be kicked out of this country, because what he has been doing here and working with Aspen Institute, Clearly, they are doing their very best to implement a lot of the things that they wrote in that Aspen report. One of those things was affect people's income. Clearly, you can see here, this is what they have been pushing for. They find that if you are making money from the so-called hate and misinformation and disinformation that they deem is misinformation and disinformation, then you must be penalized. You must be made an example to show that you can't do this. Otherwise, we will take away your right to live on this earth by not being able to afford food, a roof over your head, all because we don't like your opinions or what you have to say, or because we want to punish you for exposing our corruption. Let's remember that these two bitches, Meghan and Harry, had been supporting the initiative to get brands to stop giving advertising money to Facebook on accounts that they deemed, or those that deem, misinformation and hate speech in order to affect this structural change. Now, we know that these two are super spreaders of misinformation and should be the last people who are talking about this stuff, but because Prince Harry is a part of the censorship industrial complex, we recognize that there's something bigger going on here, which is definitely attacking RB at this moment. So do you see how all of this is connected together? I'm so glad that Meghan and Harry are such big fools and lie so much that we can see exactly how the media works and how we are lied to and manipulated on a daily basis, not only with the bullshit that Meghan and Harry push out in their propaganda, but with everything else. You cannot trust these people and you cannot trust what they say. Because look, clearly, they don't like what RB is saying because he is blowing up their narratives. Okay, so now let me get to reading the response that was given by the One Tech platform who decided to go against the UK government in pushing back against this insanity. And here's what they said. Here's what they write. Today, we received an extremely disturbing letter from a committee chair in the UK Parliament. While Rumble obviously deplores SA, and you know what the R word is, and all serious crimes, and believes that both alleged victims and the accused are entitled to a full and serious investigation, it is vital to note that recent allegations against RB have nothing to do with content on Rumble's platform. Just yesterday, YouTube announced that based solely on these media accusations, it was barring Mr. Brand from monetizing his video content. Rumble stands for very different values. We have devoted ourselves to the vital cause of defending a free internet, meaning an internet where no one arbitrarily dictates which ideas can or cannot be heard, or which citizens may or may not be entitled to a platform. We regard it as deeply inappropriate and dangerous that the UK Parliament would attempt to control who is allowed to speak on our platform or to earn a living from doing so. Singling out an individual and demanding his ban is even more disturbing given the absence of any connection between the allegations and his content on Rumble. We don't agree with the behavior of many Rumble creators, but we refuse to penalize them for actions that have nothing to do with our platform. Although it may be politically and socially easier for Rumble to join a cancel culture mob, doing so would be a violation of our company's values and mission. We empathetically reject the UK Parliament's demand, and a big F you from the rest of the world, Dame Caroline Dingleberry. Take that in your pipe and smoke it, Carolyn Dingleberry. You don't have the right to play God and decide who gets to thrive in this world and not, just because you don't like their opinions. How dare you write a letter asking for people to take away his right to earn income, especially when it has nothing to do with the accusations that are being thrown in RB's way. I mean, we get to this point where we're seeing this outrageous behavior. Is this a scare tactic to get others to stay silent. I think this needs to be shared around. People need to understand what is going on and what these people in power think that they have the right to do in controlling all of us. This to me is enraging to see, and I'm so glad, and I have a newfound respect for Rumble to standing up to these elite globalist superpowers who think that they have the right to dictate who can thrive and who can't. Quite frankly, I think, what we're seeing today is definitely a threat and attack on all our freedoms. And I say this over and over, and it's something that I have been extremely passionate about. They want to silence people. And if you are not towing the line, or if you are not speaking the agenda, they definitely want to take you down. Now, if RB is guilty of what is being accused at him, let that play out in a court of law. Do not accuse him and convict him when we don't have the right to do so. Nobody is questioning the fact that maybe these people that have gone on record in the dark anonymously could be lying. It's deeply concerning how much influence the UK has now in our constitutional rights, especially around the laws regarding online behavior and speech. People, wake up. We did not fight a war to go back into being under the rule of another nation. And this is exactly what is going on. The legislations that are being passed in other countries are slowly seeping their way into here, especially with this stupid prince on U.S. soil. So please, I'm asking you to take note of this stuff, be informed about what is going on, and not consider some of this stuff as conspiracy theory. Meghan and Harry, as stupid as they are, have opened a window into the corruption of what these globalists and elites are doing and trying to control and suppress the masses in order to keep them in line from thriving. Yeah, we have to ask the question, why do we not see this same type of cancellation to all those that are associated with Sleazy E? Why is it that the media remains silent in reporting on the seriousness about the underage people who are being sold into slavery and other horrendous behaviors by these globalists? Why is nobody talking about it? Oh, it's because the very same people who are trying to silence the good people who are trying to tell the truth are the ones who are the most guilty of this corruption and evilness. And keep that in mind when the next elections run around and you look at your leaders who have contributed to a lot of this destruction, pain, suffering. Remember that your rights, your freedoms are definitely trying to be taken away. What do you think about this? Do you think this is right, what's happening to RB? Do you think that more and more our freedoms are being taken away? I'd like to know your thoughts. I ask you kindly to please like this video so more people can be aware about it and it gets pushed out into the algorithm. Who knows if this video is going to be suppressed because of the topic that they don't want people talking about. I'm sure this will be added to the blocked and banned lists or shadow banned lists. So help this kid out. Let this spread farther. I'm a small voice, but a voice indeed to help get out there of what is happening to your rights and my rights. This not only just affects RB, but this affects all of us, all content creators who are trying to express and get the truth out to you. Definitely leave your thoughts and please definitely share how you feel about this. And I ask kindly, please share this with someone, just one person. I really do appreciate it. But on that note, I will be back with more content. But until then, please be safe and I will talk to you later. Bye.
It was such a fraud.